name is Lorrie. Welcome to my channel. We are quilters. Today it is BLABFEST Friday number 58. Wow. Over a year of Fridays that you've been coming and joining me just to talk. I love it when you all chime in. So I have been, as you can hear in my voice, I'm a little under the weather, so I haven't made great deals of progress this week, but I have made some. So the May blocks are still up there. They're not assembled. Yesterday was the first day that I actually sewed and sewed and sewed. So I made some progress on June blocks. And I have this nice little pile. Let me show you some of these individual ones. And let me just say that anytime the main color of this block is brown, it means it was in the 90s and rather warm. And there are some brown ones here for June. I know, and I just got done coloring because I felt well enough to sit and color the blocks for July so I could cut and organize the pieces. There was only one brown one for July, but there were several brown ones for June. So I'm feeling better, and thank goodness you can't catch anything from me. I'm feeling like I'm not contagious anymore. Now I just need to get over the stuffy head symptoms. So like I said, let's take a look at some of these June blocks. They are very bright colors. We have lots of oranges and yellows and pretty scrappy fabrics. Lots to look at. So this week, while I was sitting on the couch being sick between naps, I did watch Pat Sloan, and she has started a new sew-along called Grandma's Kitchen. I'm still kicking around whether I should join in. Her block construction's usually pretty easy. I don't always enjoy asymmetrical quilts, but I could always change that if I wanted to. And I do know lots of grandmas that would love to have a quilt that I could tell them about the kitchen theme. So I'm kicking that around. And I have been watching Sherry at Lessons Learned. And on Wednesdays, last Wednesday and this Wednesday, she's been presenting scrap projects, things that you can do to stash bust. And last week was a quilt with one block that could be great in all kinds of scraps. And this week was a paint chip block that she got from a different source and shared it. And very ombre, very modern, cute, nice. Just things for me to think about while I was sitting on the couch. And my quilt group from Michigan, they are starting a new block of the month. And I had great fun with the one 2 years ago. Last year, it was more of a mystery. And I need to sit down and look at those directions and figure it out. Now that I know how the mystery turns out, I need to figure it out and make it because it does look very nice. It is not in colors that I would use. So I need to really think about that. But anyway, they're going to start a new block of the month, and I'm waiting for that to arrive in the mail. I can't wait to get started on that. And the UFO challenge. Now, you choose 8 things that you want to finish, and they draw a number. You have a month to get it done, or whenever. And then you report back. If you are there at the meetings, you can show and tell your quilt and get credit for it. And at the end, they have a drawing. Well, last year, I got 2 out of 8 done. That's 25% for those of you who were teachers. And this is what I know. If your students did 25% on anything, you'd get them some remediation. If any of you have a cattle prod and you'd like to come over and try to remediate me, you go right ahead. It probably won't work. Yeah, you've seen my sewing room. It's not changing a whole lot. I rearrange, I sort, and I still start more projects than I can finish in a lifetime. So, remediation is what I need, but I don't think there's any hope for that. So I've been making a new list for the UFO challenge. Some of those ones, last year I picked things that I wasn't planning on working on anyway. And well, that's what ended up happening. I got 2 of them done, and then I went, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. And that's why those projects were sitting around anyway, because I didn't have time for them. So as I was rooting around, looking for things that I should work on anyway, and you know, if I get something done early and work on it on this list, I'll be ahead. There's no rule saying you can't work on something that's on the list that the number hasn't been drawn for it yet. So, maybe that's my strategy. Anyway, as I was looking back at my stuff I was looking for a specific project that I didn't find, and I just gave up when I found these things. Down on the bottom of this shelf, I found this little drawer thing. I don't remember what I put in there, so I open it up, and there's some stuff. I thought it was an empty drawer thing. So I pulled the things out, and I discovered a bundle of 5-inch blocks. I bet my friend Diane gave me this for Christmas last year, or the year before, or maybe the year before. I don't know, but they're pretty. I do like these colors. And I found this set of 18 blocks ready to be cut up into a disappearing 9-patch, even had a note on it. They're all there. I counted them. So I put that on my list of UFOs. I also found the blocks for a baby quilt, and I'd written myself notes. I had to double check and count. All the blocks are here to make a disappearing 9-patch baby quilt. So I will add that to the list of things to do. Didn't even remember when I put those there. Oh, and then I noticed there was a sewing box. And I don't usually put a bunch of sewing supplies in a sewing box because I have other places that I keep those. So I had to look in there and see if I had stashed something. And oh my goodness, I thought I had trimmed all of the half-square bonus triangles up. No, this box is full of them. So now that I know they're there, I'm going to have to trim those up so they can be used. Oh, the joys of treasure hunting. I find that I tend to stash things in 2 or 3 places, the same thing, and then later on. So I've been working on consolidating things and putting all of like things together with like things, like this thread wall. All the thread is right there, except for the embroidery thread, which lives in a container right behind the embroidery machine, so that it is separate. But I'm working on putting like things together and eliminating some of the storage containers that I don't need. I don't need duplicates. I don't. Oh, this next little portion, I am going to show you the fabric I got for Christmas. Yay! So here is my Christmas haul from Dan. He loves me and buys me fabric. I think today we need to do a little bit of a fat quarter show. The fat quarters I got for Christmas. I did not put these back in order as they were in bundles. I did pre-wash. I know there's a big controversy about pre-washing, but I did pre-wash. So I'm going to let the music play in the background. I love this color combination. The black background with the teal and the purple. And then I also got some batiks, a bundle of batiks. Oops, stripes. Splotches. Dan knows that I have trouble picking backgrounds, so he did get me a bundle that has gray and black. This is actually a tealy gray. More splotches. And he picked up this one on super sale. I love these fluffy, puffy cats. And a tie-dye. Not just a batik, but a tie-dye. My grandmother would have loved this fabric, this red polka dot. And I don't know what this marbled texture is, but he had a bundle of this in different colors. More tie-dye. And it also had some lighter colors. More batiks. Love this little flower motif. Polka dots. And this is a cute little pink flower, and it makes the red background seem like a dark pink. Nice black background. More of the Halloween-y fabric. Love the bats and the little dogs. Oh, and batik. This reminds me of Starry Night. The grays and the black and the white. I love these little ghosts that look like a comma. And the skulls crack me up. An old-fashioned flower print. Pink, pink, pink. And this one I would call a burl. Reminds me of fancy wood. And then the opposite, pink with red flowers. More of that Halloween fabric. What a sad little dog. And then there's happy little dogs too. Wait, there's Nugget. A batik that looks like a tie-dye. Another fantastic batik. A tie-dye. A marbleized pattern. This one, wow. It was in with the red and the pink flowers. Words, Halloween words. I'll probably use this with the alphabet quilts. And I loved the black background with the little flowers, little daisies. And my favorite color combinations. We have teals and blues and greens. Just needs a touch of red to be perfect. This one's kind of snakeskinny looking. And purple and teal and black. Like I said, it just needs a touch of red. And that is the end of our little fat quarter show. Sherry at Lessons Learned is doing No by January. I find that I buy less stuff in the wintertime because we don't have a good store with a craft/ sewing section like Vinnie's in West Branch. Even though there's lots of thrift stores in Winchester, Virginia, there isn't one that has a good sewing section. So I tend not to buy a lot of fabric while I'm here in West Virginia anyway. I do have one more fabric to show you. While we were in Michigan, we did go to thrift stores. This was Vinnie's in Alpena. I'd never been there before. I got a yard for $1.59, and it is P&B Textiles, and it's new enough that it actually has the color dots. So it will be fantastic cut into little tiny pieces. It looks like green dandelion poofs with a gold accent. Appeals to the magpie in me. I do have some viewer things to share with you. My friend Amy from work got a new sewing machine, and she sent a message. It is a beauty. It was sitting in someone's garage, all closed up. So it is in good shape. It is beautiful. Doesn't need to have sewing machine wax applied. Yes, they make sewing machine wax. That's what I told my husband. They make wax for Singer sewing machines. Funny as that may sound, it is true. You can get it from the sewing machine shop. Anyway, she has been working on snow days to use up her scraps, and she is making a quilt that she is going to call Confessions of a Scrap Hoarder. Here are the blocks. Nice stack of blocks going there. And she laid them out, put sashing between them. I think this quilt is going to look fabulous when it is all done. Hopefully she'll get it done on snow day number 3. It has been lots of years since I was teaching, and we had days off immediately after Christmas break. So their break has been 2.5 weeks right now because of that storm that came through last weekend. I don't have a lot else to show, but Marion says that her supervisor, Baxter, watches We Are Quilters with her. He perches on the back of her chair, and he loves to sit on her. She uses this for a stand for her tablet at other times, and he likes to hop up there and sit. He is a good supervisor, Marion. Maybe if I had a supervisor that was so good, I would get things done. I doubt it, but you never know. I need some more nugget in my life. And she also sent pictures of scraps. Seemed to be the theme this month. Scraps and then blocks made from those scraps. I need to go and get my list together of projects for the UFO challenge. Maybe next week I will share my list of projects with you. Maybe that will encourage me to get those things finally finished and get my name in the prize drawing for each month for the UFO challenge. Let me go get to work, see if I can get something done around here. What are you working on this week? Feel free to share. I love to see your work in progress too. That way I don't feel like I'm the only one not getting anything done. But I do like it when you share progress. It inspires all of us to continue on and get things done. See you later. Have a wonderful weekend. And hopefully by Monday I will sound a little bit better and even a little more energetic. See you then for Upskill Monday. Thanks for watching.